Hello everyone, welcome back to the sampling time for the QGIS. In this second lesson, we are going to explore the random sampling model. You are going to learn how to set up all the parameters correctly, and I'll also reveal a hidden feature exclusively available to the viewers of this tutorial. Today's project is more advanced compared to our previous lesson on judgmental sampling. We are going to add several exclusion zones with a variety of geometries. But don't worry, I'll guide you clearly through each step. Next, we are going to see how to integrate the SVG symbols from the sampling time plugin into your QGIS environment, so you can use them in other projects. Finally, we are going to learn how to report any issue you encounter directly on the plugin's GitHub repository. If you haven't yet seen the introduction video of the lesson on judgmental sampling, I suggest you check those out first, as each covers unique aspects of the plugin. The links are included below. Alright, let's jump in.
Sampling Time, a QGIS plugin, is revolutionizing the sampling process by automating tasks, reducing costs, and increasing efficiency. Supporting judgmental, random, systematic, stratified, and cluster sampling methods, it adapts to any project's needs. A smarter way to sample is now available.
For today's project, we are going to be working at the same location that we was working in the previous video tutorial. But in this case, what I did is make a exclusion zone a little bit bigger and a little bit more complicated. As you can see, if we take the satellite imagery, we can see that in this case, we have exclusion zones that are lines, points, and also polygons. Later, if you are interested, you can see how I created these exclusion zones. But first, I want to be focused on the sampling time method that is going to be the random one. Then go to sampling time plugin and go to the tab random. In this case, I have to add the sampling area, and I'm going to add all these exclusion zones. Then I click here. I go to the folder where I save all the shapefiles with exclusion zones. Is this folder over here. And I'm going to select this one, the tanks, the pipelines, the lights, that is the lampposts, the petroleum facilities, and the buildings. And open. And all these exclusion zones has been added over here. For the root label, I'm going to add soil sampling for the 2025. As you know already, you can add any kind of character for the root label, and I have to press this button to save the root. And for the symbology, for the samples, in this case, I'm going to choose the number 3. Remember that it's necessary to press the button Save Symbol in order to save the symbology. And now I'm going to select this option over here. I'm going to read all these instructions. And OK, and I'm going to start to sampling. How many samples I want to add in the sampling area? In this case, I'm going to add 30 samples. What is going to be the minimum spacing between the samples? I want a minimum spacing of 20 meters. Then, what is the minimum distance to the perimeter? The perimeter is the sampling area. How is going to be the distance? The minimum distance between one sample and the perimeter. Then, in this case, I want a minimum distance of 10 meters. And what is going to be the minimum distance between the exclusion zones, all these areas over here, and the samples? I want a minimum distance of 15 meters. It's like a buffer. Then when you set up all the parameters, you can press the button Start. And now the samples has been generated. If you don't like the samples, okay, you can press Reset to have a different set of samples. Then I press Reset. And now I have a different set of samples. But if you press Restart, it's not going to work because it's going to say, okay, the samples has been already created. If you want a different set of samples, just press the button reset. Then that's what you have to do, reset. Now I have a different set of samples. Okay. But what happens if I want to add samples outside of the perimeter area? It's not allowed. Point is outside sampling area. Then if I want to do that one, I have to check this box over here. After checking the box, now I can add samples outside the perimeter area. What happens if I want to remove one sample? Just with right click on your mouse, you can remove the samples. What happens if I want to add an extra sample? With the left click on your mouse. But remember that if you add a sample very close to another sample, it's not going to be allowed because the distance minimum between the samples has to be 20 meters. That's what you specify in this parameter over here. Then you have to make sure that the distance is minimum 20 meters. What happens if I want to add a sample very close to an exclusion zone? It's not allowed. Point too close to the exclusion zone. Minimum distance 15 meters. That is the distance that you specify over here. And the same for the perimeter. If you add a sample very close to the perimeter, it's not going to be allowed because the minimum distance has to be 10 meters. And when you are finished, just create shapefile, press the button save, select a folder, and in this case, it's going to be this folder over here, random, and add a name for this shapefile that is going to be samples random. Okay. And okay. And as you can see, now we have the samples that we created. And if you see, it respects all the exclusion zones. Now we can edit the symbology as we want. We go here, select this one. We can add here a blue color. This one, for example, with this one with yellow color. Apply. And as you can see, we have the symbology that changed. Maybe red color. Apply. And with this one with orange color. As you can see, the symbology, even is a SVG, is totally editable. Apply. And okay, even we can change the size. Apply. And also we can work on the labels. We can add labels here, single label. And in this case, I want the samples. Because, okay, if you go here to the attribute tables in the samples that we created for the shapefile, you are going to see that we have the ID, we have the samples, that is the root labels, and also we have the X and Y coordinates. The labels has been added according what we specify here at the plugin for the root, SS 2025. That's what we have here, SS 2025. And then the numbers have been added automatically by the software sequentially from number 1 to the total number of samples that we have, that in this case is 32. Even here, we add 30 samples. At the beginning, it was the samples that was created inside of the sampling area. But then we decided to modify. We remove some samples here. We add one sample outside. And now the total number of samples that we have is 32. Then as we have the column samples with the labels, we can add those labels on the map. Then if we go here, properties, as I said before, if we go to labels, we can select single labels and here select the column samples. Now we can add a mask. Also, we can add a buffer here, apply. And now we can change the size of the font. Apply. Now we can change for this one also. We'll take this one out. regular, we can change for a bold one, apply. Then you can change the color. That's up to you, right? The edition, it depends whatever you want. Then also now, if we take all the exclusion zones, we have the samples with the labels. Now I would like to show you a hidden feature for all the people that is watching this video tutorial. Then if we go to the plugin again, and we create a new set of samples by pressing the button reset. Okay, now if we remove this layer here, remove the layer, we can recover the exactly layer by adding one sample on the QGIS canvas. For example, if I add one sample here, as you can see, the set of samples appear again. Okay, let's go to do again. If I remove this layer, okay, and then I add one sample, for example, right here. In this case, has not been added because it was less than 20 meters from other sample. But as you can see, the set of samples appear again. That's a hidden feature that I decided to add it just in case, because, for example, if you remove the set of samples and then you regret, then you can recover, okay? And that's a kind of hidden feature that I even didn't explain on the guide that we have on the website about how to use the plugin. It's just for the people who is watching this video tutorial. That's everything related for the random sampling model. Here also you have an explanation of the method, and here you have a quick guide about how to use it. But also remember that when you check the box, instructions appears over here, and that's it. Now we are going to see how you can create the exclusion zone that I created for this video tutorial using the QGIS sampling plugin. As we said at the video introduction, today we are going to be working a little bit more on the exclusion zones. The goal is to see how we can integrate all the kind of shapefile geometries in exclusion zone. Then first, what we are going to do is define the sampling area. To do that one, we are going to use coordinates, but later we are going to create exclusion zones based on geometries that are polygons, lines, and points. Okay, let's go to begin with the sampling area. To do this one, I have a list of the coordinates. These coordinates represent the vertices of the sampling area. Then go to the plugin, go to the tab Generate Shapefile, and we are going to select the option Generate by Coordinates. Then click this option, read the instructions, and now we are going to add the coordinates over here. In this case, I'm going to copy the coordinates, X and Y, and I'm going to paste over here. As you are going to see, when we add the coordinates, a point is going to be added directly on this list over here in this panel, and also at the same time is going to be added on the canvas of QGIS. As you can see, point number 1, and you see the point over here. Then what happens if you are not expecting to have this point over here? It means that there is a problem with the coordinates. Then you have to make sure that the coordinates you are using here has the same coordinate reference systems that the satellite imagery, that is this one over here. In this case, for this satellite imagery, we have this coordinate reference system. But maybe if you have a different coordinate reference systems for these coordinates over here, because when you was taking the measurements at the field, you was using a different coordinate reference systems, then that one is not going to match on the map. Then you have to make sure that you are working always with the same coordinate reference system. That's very important. Now, the second thing is how this tool works. This tool works in the next way. When you are adding points, you have to add those points in order, because the points are going to be linked with a segment. And what you don't want is to cross segments. Then you have to be adding the points in order to avoid the segments to be crossing. Now we are going to add the second point, and the second point is going to be over here. Then we are going to the list, and we are going to copy this one, the X coordinate and the Y coordinate, and we are going to create the point, but I'm going to pass the video faster. Now, as you can see that we have the both coordinates added, we are going to add the coordinates on the list, and you are going to see that a second point is going to be added over here, and is going to appear automatically a segment. You see the green line is the segment. Now I'm going to add the third point. I press add coordinates. The next point is added and the segment has been created. Now I'm going to add the fourth point. Add coordinate, and we have over there the fourth point. But as you can see, the segment never cross one segment to another one because we are adding the points in the way that the segments never cross each other. Now I'm going to add the rest of the points. Now I would like to show you what happens when you add a wrong coordinate and you want to fix it. This one is going to be the last point. Then I copy the X coordinate, pasting over here, and now the Y coordinate. But for the Y coordinate, I'm going to modify the number. Copy, paste over here. But here I'm going to add, for example, 70. That is wrong. And we add the coordinate, and we realize that there is a mistake. Then it's pretty easy. Just go to the table. It's this last coordinate. Then double click to remove this coordinate. Now it's removed. Now I can add again the proper number. Copy. Paste in the Y, and I'm going to copy the X. Copy and paste. Add the coordinate, and as we add all the coordinates in order, no one of the segments cross each other. That's the way we have to define an area. If one segment is crossing another segment, the area is not going to define properly. Then when we add all the points and we have all the segments created, now we have to join this point with this point. And we are not going to do that one. The software is doing that one automatically when we press the button finish. Let's go to see it. Finish. And as you can see, the segment has been joined. But in this case, we have an error because we didn't add the coordinate reference system. Then, okay, the coordinate reference system for this area, for this shapefile, is going to be the same as the one we have over here. Is this reference coordinate systems with this code 32613. Then 32613. That's the coordinate that we want. Then we press finish again. Now we have to select a folder. Then in this case, I have the folder in the desktop. Is this one, lesson 2, exclusion zones. Select, and now I have to add a name. It's going to be sampling area. Okay, and now we already created the sampling area. Now we can edit this shapefile as a regular shapefile. Then go to Symbology, and you do here whatever you want. I want this one transparent. I want this line to be yellow. And I want this kind of dash and 0.5 here. Then apply and OK. Now that I have the sampling area, I'm going to create the exclusion zones. And first, I'm going to work with a shapefile for the tanks because I want all the exclusion zones in different shapefiles. Then I go to the plugin again, and I'm going to select this option over here. I'm going to read the instructions, okay? And for this case, I'm going to select the option circle. And I'm going to edit this one directly on the map. Then I select the center. I make the radius over here. I left click again. Right click. Okay. I'm going to select with the left click. Create the radius. When it's done, I'm going to click right on the mouse. Enter the ID and press OK. Now I'm moving to the second one. Same, left click to click the center, then create the radius and right click. And this one is going to be ID number 2. And the last one is going to be ID number 3. If you make a mistake, no problem. Just cancel and start the process again. Click on the center, right click for the radius, and add the number of the ID. In this case, it's going to be number 3. Okay. Go to the plugin again. Press the button finish. But first, we have to add the coordinate reference system. It's going to be the same, 32, 6, 13. 32, 6, 13. Finish. Select the folder. It's going to be exclusion zone. Add the name. It's going to be tanks. And OK. And the shapefile has been created. Is this one over here. Now, the next one is going to be the buildings on this, inside of this area. Then again, I'm going to click over here. But in this case, I'm going to select the area option. Then click, and I'm going to do on the map. Then I have this building over here. And I'm going to create this one over here. This one is going to be number 1. I'm going to do also this one over here. I'm not sure because there is a shadow over here. I don't know if that's a building or not. If you don't know that one, you can add another satellite imagery. For example, this one over here. And maybe this one is better to see the building. No. Then I'm going to add another one. In this case, it's going to be the Bing satellite. Taking this one. And as you can see now, the building is a little bit different. It's this one over here. Then we can edit this one here. But what I'm going to do is remove this one. Okay. I'm going to remove this one over here. And I'm going to start from 0 because I think in this image is better than the other one. Because this one has a lot of shadows. Then I'm going to use this one. Again, go here, select area. Now we have an error because we removed the layer directly from the QGIS panel. Then I'm going to reset the plugin. Going to take this one out. And about this one, you can see the position of the buildings are not exactly the same, right? This one is a little bit different than the other one. Then I'm not really worried because when I'm going to do the sampling, I'm going to put an exclusion zone over here. Then the samples are going to take, for example, 10 meters from the exclusion zones. And we are not going to be close to the buildings, right? But, you know, some satellite imageries, they give us different information. Then I'm going to be using the Google satellite one. But be aware that in this case, this area over here is a shadow. Then I go to the plugin again, select this option over here. Okay, and I'm going to select the area. It is saying there is an error again, but let's go to close this one. And let's go to see if we can do the job anyway. Then I'm going to select this one here, 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 and here. This one is going to be number 1. Okay. I cannot do that one. It's not working. Then let me close. Yes. Yes. Let me open again. Let me see. It's still making the error. Then what I'm going to do is reset the plugin. I mean, reset the QGIS. And I'm going to close, discard, and I'm going to open again QGIS. Then I'm going to open this project. I'm going to take these 2 layers out. Remove, okay, and I'm going to load the ones I created. Vector, desktop, this folder over here. Exclusion zones, tanks, open, add, close, and also I want to add the sampling area, right? Then go here, sampling area, open, add, and close, and I'm going to provide different symbology. Transparent, yellow, 2.5, 0.5 I mean, and this line over here, apply, and okay. And now I'm going to save the project, save as. I'm going to select this folder over here, and lesson 2. Sorry, lesson 2, save. Now what I'm going to do is to create the buildings. Go here, this tab, by area, okay. I know digitize buildings in this way using the satellite imagery. Maybe it doesn't look pretty accurate, right? But as we don't have information related to the exactly location of the buildings with the coordinates and etc., we are doing it that way. And it's not really important in that case because it's just to take samples in this location and we are going to add exclusion zones. But sometimes if you need accurate location of the facilities, you need to have the blueprint with the information. Then you can overlap the blueprint on the satellite imagery to see exactly where are the buildings, right? And then you can digitize the buildings properly and also the petroleum facilities and etc. But in this case, we have just the satellite imagery and we are using this information. Then I'm going to press over here, over here, over here, and over here. Then right click to finish, add the ID number 1, okay. And now I'm going to do this building over here. As I said before, this area over here is a shadow. Then I'm going to start the digitation over here. And more or less it's going to be like this. Right click to finish, number 2. Now something happens here. Then we don't want to remove directly from here, as we said before, because it's going to be an error. Okay. Cancel. What we're going to do is to finish and then remove it. Then finish. 32, 613. Finish. Exclusion zones, select the folder. It's going to be number 1, but we are going to remove this layer, okay? Because we created this one wrong. Then remove here. Okay, and we are going to go to the folder also, lesson 2, exclusion zones, and we are going to remove from here to here, remove it, delete. Now we can create the area again. Area, this one, I'm doing just left clicks. And when I'm finished, I have to press right click. Number 1, okay. But you have to add with left click all the vertex. This one, and also here left click. And then when you are done, just right click. And then number 2. Okay. Now, for example, we can do this building also, but let me see how looks like with the other satellite imagery. Being is something like this, like a T. Then we can start, for example, from here. Do something like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Goes over here, like this. Then here. Goes right there, and right here. Now, right click and number 3. Okay. And maybe this one also is a building. Let me see. Yeah, looks like, right? Then it's going to be this one here. Right click, number 4. Okay, and let me see if there is anything else. This one over here. Okay. This one is going to be number 5. And I think that's it. This one is going to be petroleum facilities. Okay, then go here, finish, and inside this folder, sorry, I have to select the folder, select this folder, and I'm going to put here buildings. Okay. Now I realize that I didn't added all this area over here. Then pretty easy. In this case, we are not going to use the plugin. Then we can minimize. Then we go to the layer over here. We select the layer and let's go to press this button to edit the layer. Then in this case, we are going to select the area, add a polygon feature, and we are going to do just with QGIS. Now we are working outside of the plugin to add this extra area to that shapefile, to the building shapefile. And again, this one here is the same. It works the same. Then as the area is already finished, I'm going to click right to add the ID. It's going to be number 6. Okay, and that's it. Then we click the pencil again to save what we edit inside this shapefile. Save, and that's it. Now we added this extra area. And if you go here to the attribute table, you are going to see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different features. That is these features here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now what we are going to do is the petroleum facilities, but we are going to go again to the plugin. Then in this case, we are going to edit areas. Then it's going to be this one, going to be from here to here to here. Number 1, okay. Now we are going to go here. We are going to cover all this area. This one is going to be number 2. This one is going to be number 3, but I'm going to make this one a little bit different, just covering all this stuff over here. Something like that. Number 3. This one over here is going to be number 4. And this one over here is going to be number 5. Okay, and I think now we don't have more petroleum facilities. This one over here also. I make a mistake here. Then cancel. I'm going to make this one bigger. And this one is going to be number 6. Okay, and we cover all the petroleum facilities. Now go to the plugin, finish, select a folder. Is this folder, and the name is going to be facilities. Okay, and okay. And now for the pipes, as we don't have any option here at the plugin to create the exclusion zones for the pipes, what I'm going to do is to use just QGIS. Then I'm going to minimize this one. I'm going to go to layers, create layer, and it's going to be a shapefile. Then the name is going to be pipes. And also you can select the folder, desktop, exclusion zones. In this folder, then the geometry, in this case, is going to be a line. And we can add the reference coordinate system. If you click this button, it's going to be this zone over here. Okay, and okay. Now we can press, as we have the layer over here, we can press the pencil to edit this layer, and it's going to be lines. Then I'm going to over here, from here to here, to here, and to here. Then right click to finish, EID number 1, okay. And I'm going to add also this one from here to here. This one is going to be number 2. And we have also this one over here. Then I'm going to do the same. This one is going to be number 3, okay. And I think we don't have more pipelines over there. We have these things over here that we can edit inside of the tanks also to add these things. But for pipelines, we don't have anything else. Then we press the pencil again to finish the edition. Save. Now I'm going to modify this shapefile to add these areas over here. Then I'm select the layer, press the pencil, and I'm going to add an area. It's going to be these things over here, from here to here, something like that. Is going to be number 4. And the same over here. This one is going to be number 5. And this one is going to be number 6. Okay, now I press the pencil again to finish the addition. Now the next thing I want to do is the lights. As you can see, there are some lamp posts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, there's one more here. And to do that one, I'm going to do, there is one more here, a shapefile, but in this case, the geometry is going to be a point. But what happened? Because here at the generate shapefiles, we don't have any option to add a points. Then what we are going to do is just go to judgmental, select here the sampling area. That's the area that we created, this area over here, sampling area. And we are going to add those points. Then as a label, it's going to be land post. And we are not going to add any symbology, okay? Then add these ones manually, okay, and a star. And it's going to be this one over here, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, I think, and there is no more. And that's it. Then go here, finish. It's an exclusion zone. I'm going to select the folder, and I'm going to put here a lamp post. Okay. And okay. And as you can see now, we have also an exclusion zone. There is a geometry as a point. Now, if we close this one and we take out the satellite imagery, we can see all the exclusion zones that we created in a different shapefiles. All these shapefiles can be edited and changing the colors and whatever you want. For these ones, I'm going to add a different color. That is going to be this green one over here. Apply and okay. Now we can say that the exclusion zones has already been created using different type of geometries for the shapefiles. We have lines, we have points, and also we have polygons. And that's it for the exclusion zones. Now I'm going to show you how you can add the symbology that we have in the sampling time plugin on the QGIS environment. Is this folder over here with all these symbols that are the same as these symbols over here. They are not by default in QGIS. Then if we want to use that symbols for different projects, then we need to add those ones to the QGIS environment. If I close this layer over here, remove the layer, and I load the same layer again, this one, open, add, and close, you are going to see that we lost the symbology. Then how we can add that symbology again? Then if we go here to go properties, select this one, go to symbol layer type. In this case, it's going to be a SVG marker. Then go here to the bottom, go to the SVG groups. Then here at the bottom, as you can see, I have this folder, symbol icon number 2, and I have all the symbology that I have in the plugin. Then select this symbology, you can apply, and you can see over here it's already applied. Now we can edit this one for number 3. Also, we can change the color here for yellow one. the fill and also the stroke in a red color. Apply. And we have the symbology again. But that is possible because I already added this folder over here. If I go here, it's because we have this folder over here. This one, I added manually. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. Then first, what I have to do is remove it. To remove it, I have to take out the samples over here, remove layer. Okay, also I have to go here to settings, options, then go to system, and here is the path for that folder. Then I'm going to remove it. Okay, now I'm going to close QGIS, save, and I'm going to restart it. Now if I open the project, and I'm going to load again the samples, have to select vector over here, is this shapefile with the samples, open, add, close. You are going to see that now if we go to properties, select this one, go to SVG marker. If we go to the SGB groups, you are going to see that now the folder is not there. Then we have to add it in order to have that symbology. Okay, then what I'm going to do is open the plugin. I'm going to open this folder because in this folder we have all the symbology. Yeah, I'm going to copy this link over here. Copy. Then I'm going to go here to settings, options, go to the system, and I'm going to add this link over here because as you can see on the top is saying SVG path. Then click over here, going to select this one over here, and I'm going to paste the link. Now it's very important to press enter here to go inside the folder. Once we are inside the folder, we press select folder, and now the path is already added over here. Okay. Now, if I go to the samples here, properties, select this one, go to the bottom, SVG groups. Now, as you can see, we have already the folder. Now I can select the symbology that we have exclusively inside the plugin, okay? But now it's in the QGIS environment. Then we can use it now for any other projects. Then apply, and I can use this one as any other symbology that we have included in QGIS. And I'm going to apply the edition, apply, and OK. And now we can use it, this symbology, for any other projects. The last thing that we are going to see today is how you can report an issue or ask for a new feature for the plugin. To do that one, we are going to use the GitHub repository. Then you can go to my GitHub repository. Here you have the link at the top. It's github.com, Marcel GeoRGB. Then here you can go to the repositories, and you have to look for sampling time QGIS plugin. Then press this option over here. You have all the code, but also here you have an option to report issues. Then this is very simple. You have to go here and new issue. Then you have to log in. I'm going to add my credentials and sign in. Then when you are already inside, go to new issue. What I'm going to report here, let me show you one thing. The other day I was checking the plugin and I realized that when I'm using this symbology, let's go here, and I'm going to select the symbol number 2, is this one here, apply, in the plugin. Sorry, I cannot open here the plugin. The plugin is this one, symbol number 2. Then if I want to apply transparency to the field, we go here, select the symbol, fill color. There is no options to apply the transparency. It is a kind of bug. For the stroke, I can apply the transparency. Apply. But not for the fill. Apply. For example, if you choose another symbol, for example, this one, apply. If you go here, we have the transparency. Apply. But not for the number 2. And I'm going to report this problem. Okay. Then I go here. Title is going to be symbol 2 transparency. And also I have the message over here related with the issue. Then paste here. Symbol 2 doesn't have the option of transparency for the field. Then you can go here to labels and assign one specific label. In this case, it's going to be this one. And create. And that's it. Now we already posted the issue related with that problem. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching the video tutorial, and see you on the next one, where we are going to be talking about systematic sampling.